Good afternoon, everyone. Shh.
Off to a good start.
Shh. Please stop. It's too early. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, June 28, 2022, and this is Evan Studios weekly podcast number 39. I'm your host Stark, and with me I have the usual co-host Isaac.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I hope you guys can hear us. Isaac was laughing because I started talking before I muted the microphone. I actually muted it. I hit the button.
Also, don't forget to change the picture like you usually do. So.
Thank you very much, dude. Like everything is under control. It's too much to think about. I don't have like a Steam Deck where I just click buttons and everything opens automatically. Whatever. Listen, it's always the same stuff. It might seem unprofessional, but it's not. We're within
I find it hilarious that you can like coordinate an entire team that does like 300 different things to create like 3 different games at the same time, but you can put up a fucking podcast without messing up like 5 times.
Listen, I do things in a big scope. I'm just slow at it. So if you give me time to do shit, I get shit done. But if I have to do everything at like my brain, I have old brain. I'm almost 40. My brain starts like it feels like it's melting. Let's just focus on
That's because it's summer.
that too. But here's the thing. First of all, I want to appreciate everyone that is listening to the podcast live and everybody that is listening to the podcast not live, whenever you get the time. But I want to appreciate everyone that is live on chat right now. Era and Uriel Jesus, thank you so much for listening to the podcast live, and everyone else that is not talking in chat. Doesn't matter. So yeah. Basically, Isaac was laughing because I was talking to the microphone without unmuting it. But I actually unmuted it. It just didn't work. Whatever. Fuck it. So yeah. I don't even know. Listen, we're making a podcast. There's always stuff to talk about, but there's really nothing to talk about. But usually we just don't want to go a long time without giving you guys a podcast because we know how much you guys care about it, and how many of you count on the podcast to, like, drive from home to work or from work to home or to school or whatever, and have something to to keep you company. And I know we probably don't update the podcast as much as as you guys expected, but we're gonna run out of topic if we're only talking about if we only talk about our games. We could make podcasts about other stuff, and we will be more than happy to do that in our free time. I wouldn't mind doing that. But when it comes to Fleeting Hours and when it comes to Journey Abroad, we just focus on developing stuff. And every time we do a podcast, we keep some bulletin points, and we always talk about all the stuff that matters. It rarely we go about talking about everything that matters. But yeah. First of all, let's do the same thing that we do almost every week, which is first we'll talk about Fleeting Iris, and then we'll talk about Journey Abroad, and then we'll talk about other future projects. Focusing on Fleeting Iris, sadly we did not get a lot of feedback from the game. There was a lot of hype about some of the decisions that we made. For instance, to cut the size the size of the city map. That was a lot of work. All the quality of life changes. I wish we got more feedback about it. But if people were not complaining, I'm going to assume that people liked it. Another important thing about Fleeting Iris is we already did the final-ish version to send to Kagura Games. We've already sent it. They acknowledged it. They're gonna check it. I don't know if there's going to be a Chinese version of it. That totally depends on Kagura Games. But it's on their hands now. We already finished it. We did a bug check. We sent it, and now we're just waiting for them to update Steam. So yeah, but now they have the final version. It's no longer just under development. As you guys know, we're working on the Shota patch, and then we're going to work on the Halloween patch, and then we're going to work on the Christmas patch. So pretty much we're going to have Fleeting Hours until the rest of the year, and then we're going to focus on Bloodlust starting 2023. On the other spectrum of things, we're going to have for Evan Studios West team, we are going to be working on Journey Abroad's 2 versions. Regarding Fleeting Hours, If there's one thing that I am proud of, and that people can point the finger at us saying that we don't listen and we don't care about the community. If there's something that we are proud of, is listening to the community, and in general giving the community what they want. Because as a player, before being a developer, I also find it incredibly frustrating when you talk to a big chunk of the community and everyone agrees that something in a game needs to be changed because it's anti-fun, because it's frustrating, and above all, it's kind of it's surprising how some developers let their games be frustrating for the sake of being frustrating, or just because they refuse to change whatever it is, or just for the sake of artificially inflating the size of the game to make the game seem bigger, therefore you're getting more game time for money spent ratio. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you're making a game, I understand that some developers, regardless if it's games, if it's movies, if it's magazines, if it's mangas, whatever it is, sometimes some developers and some writers or whatever it is, they're just trying to like stir some emotions, just get an emotion out of you. That's why there's so many movies that end up like in a sad tone, or like if you see authors like Schindel, he tries to just get like it tries to make the reader feel miserable because they're trying to get feelings out of people. And I understand that some people like that type of writing, but to me, I still don't understand how you want a game to feel frustrating. That to me was always the difference. That's why I say that's why my personal opinion has nothing to do with Evan Studios. I'm sure everyone else in the team has different opinions, but my opinion, Stark's opinion, is that games like the Soul games are trash, because the difficulty of those games is based on clunky movement and other frustrating shit. While if you play, for comparison, like a Devil May Cry game, where the sky is the limit and the more skilled you are, the better you can perform, that's where I draw the line. So when something is frustrating in a game, when people are spending so many hours of their day playing a game, and they're trying to use it as a form of escapism, they're playing the game to have some fun, to relax, to chill out at the end of a work day, and then you grab the game and you get frustrated to the point where you want to throw controllers to the wall and shit like that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. So we always proud ourselves of delivering whatever the community wants. We have an idea. We have a bigger picture of how we want to release a game. But once we release a game, if people tell us, if the vast majority of people tell us this route is uninteresting, this character is bland, this mini game is frustrating, we're not being able to finish it, we can either be shitty developers and go, no, you need to play the game the way we meant for you to play it, or we can listen to the community and deliver what people want to play. And this has nothing to do with the monetary point of view. This has nothing to do with, oh, if people don't like our game, they're not going to keep supporting it. It has nothing to do with it. It is about being able to deliver whatever we believe to be the best possible game that we can. And in my opinion, if a game gets frustrating, and the vast majority of people are saying that it is frustrating. Now, I don't want to alienate the people that say, oh no, but now it's too easy. You have to strike some balance. But we've always tried to listen to people, and we always explained we're planning on making multiple games within the same universe, and that's why the map exists the way it is. In the mini games for the Halloween, we were trying to nudge people on the right direction. Like, listen, there's only 6 combinations for that mini game. you just have to check the books to get the answer for that. We were trying to help people, but obviously in due time there were a few mini games where people were like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking incredibly frustrating." Even with the walkthrough, even with whatever it is, it's frustrating. And then we toned it down. The city was too big. We're no longer working. We're no longer going to make future games in that specific event city. We're not going to work with RPG Maker VXAs. We heard you guys. The map was too annoying to go through. The game gets too repetitive early on to play for the second, third, fourth time. We heard you guys. We lowered the size of the game. We changed things to be less frustrating. We completely revamped Clark's route to be completely different. And we also heard you guys when you said it's frustrating not to be able to unlock all the scenes in one playthrough. Now, story-wise, I don't know how we're going to make it where the family route or the Garcia's route, once you finish it, you go back, because that's pretty much going back to the start of the game.
Also, Clark's route also works like that. So those three.
Also, Clark's route, like it doesn't make any sense, because if you finish that route,
Yeah, might as well make a save in that day, and then use that save if you wanna play other routes. It's like 10 times easier.
like those routes start and they diverge so much from the other routes. I am is a completely different character. It makes no sense for you to like finish those routes and go back to the start of the game. We can do that, but that we're pretty much just going to send you to the start of the game. Like,
Yes.
reset all the stats and send you to the start of the game, because that's when those routes start. However, all the other routes, and oh my god, I wish I had your schematic, the one you did on
It's
paper,
there.
to show. Yeah, I need to take a picture of that and show people. But the other routes, we heard you guys, and you will be able to unlock most of the routes on one playthrough.
The others, you can unlock pretty much everything except for the office, because the entirety of the office route, it's already like late game content. You unlock it at the same time. You unlock, for instance, Melvin Pub Mistress or Melvin Loyal, so it's like at the very end of the game. So, but pretty much everything else, Melvin, Sato, Hospital, Kiki Kittens, you can have all those routes. You can play one until you see the ending, whichever ending you see, because some have multiple paths.
And then you can check the other endings.
Before the day you get locked in that route, and before that day you can still go to every other route.
So basically, you just have to if you commit to a route, obviously I don't know why people complain in this regard, because there's decisions that you make all the way throughout the game. We're not gonna change that. We decided not to alert, because not all of you will remember this. Not all of you will remember this, but when the game started, when the options for what you wanted IAMA to do showed up, we used to have them on different color codes. There will be answers in like green outlining. There will be answers in like red outlining. Others in like just normal blue, like it is right now. And that will show you what will increase IAMA's morality, what will lower IAMA's morality, and pretty much what will be negative, like what will take you in one direction and what will take you in a different direction. So we used to like channel the player, but people were like, yeah, but then we lose the very few decisions that we have in game, because you already know the outcome. And we changed the game in a way that right now people are constantly making decisions that they don't even know they're making throughout the whole game. There's a lot of dialogues that change depending on a question that or a place that you went to, or a question that you answered in a specific way, like 5 hours earlier, 5 hours of gameplay earlier, like right at the start of the game. And people don't realize that. But when you get to a point where the game is going to lock you in a route, I don't think there's any single route that does that and doesn't alert you. that there's not a system message that tells you the game is going to be locked in this route. Make a save just in case you want to come back and play the other routes. I don't think there's a single one that locks you without alerting you. Even so, we're going to change the game to where after you've seen any ending, you will be some of the we're going to pull you right before you make any permanent decision. So after you see the ending, the game is going to ask you if you want to keep going, and you're going to go some days back, but you will get to keep all the stats that you used in regards of how many people you had sex with, if you had sex with a specific person, if you're a virgin or not, all those stats, all those sexual stats, how many blowjobs have you done, blah blah blah, all that stuff you're gonna keep. Just the stuff that pertains to the route itself, like if you've met whatever character or if you've been to a certain part of the game, obviously that's going to be erased to act as if you never went through that part of the game. But that way you will be able to play.
I sent you the thing, the photo.
But that way you will be able to play the whole thing, to play all the routes in only one playthrough. So Isaac sent me the schematic that he made. I looked at this and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, seriously. And he said that he needed this to be able to do the stuff with the thing with the stuff. And I found this shit hilarious, but I'm gonna show you guys. And this is his schematic. Like, I don't understand how this helps him in any possible way, because this just looks like fucking scribbling to me. But this is legit what he has and what he considers to be helpful for him. So what did I? Oh, okay. I see what I changed that I shouldn't have. I'm just trying to make this like, holy shit, that's not what I wanted to move. This is fucking ridiculous. I don't even know. I need to make this like much smaller for Jesus fucking Christ. Can you stop doing that? Thank you very much. Yeah, that's not even small enough. There you go. This looks more or less. Yeah, this ridiculous shit that you guys see right there. This is what he considers the schematic to help him go back every time you finish a route.
Yeah, basically that shows every major decision you can possibly take in the game, and the consequences, like where the routes branch, when you cancel routes, when you get endings, all of that stuff. And I draw the loops on pencil to all the possible places, so I could get like an idea of how was possible to reset each route, and where did the reset made much sense. And like Stark said, for family route, Garcia's and Clark, the place you can reset this route so you can completely change routes, like, makes completely no sense, because the only where that's possible is like at the very beginning of the game before you make any major decision, because every simple decision there like probably locks you in or out of some route, so that won't help. Pretty much everything else except office, for the reason I stated before, you can interchange before you get locked on that specific route. Also, other thing that I can do that will help you, that I'm also doing, and I wrote there, for those routes, for instance, for the family route, one thing that I can do and I will do is, after you see one of the family endings, I can take you back before the day where you can pick which family ending you will see, which will also help everybody a lot. So same thing for the both Clark routes, both Garcia's endings too, and yeah, that's that.
My guy, I'm looking at this and it sounds like some Rain Man shit.
Rain Man shit?
Rain Man shit. Have you seen the movie with Tom Cruise and
Looper? Oh, that's not that movie. But
no,
but Rayman is in that movie, and
No, it's Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman, I think.
Oh, I know.
Is it Dustin Hoffman? I think it is, and it's the Rayman where he has like a mental issue, but the guy is actually a genius and he counts scars and shit.
I didn't saw that movie. Sorry.
Yeah, this looks like some Rain Man shit. Like, I'm looking at it and it makes like I know that it makes sense, but just imagining that you can look at this and you can draw any kind of information that that's amazing. This is fucking amazing. And this is only the major decisions, right?
Yes, because there are some decisions in the game that can do things like influence your morality, or you can watch this scene or skip this scene, or you can watch this scene today or repeat the day in next day. Those kind of stuff who really don't matter for what I'm trying to do now are not there.
My guy, I now get it why you say that all the major decisions in our game is bigger than most games out there.
Because they are. I know no AAA game with that number of major decisions, and I've
I
played
know it. I fucking moved this.
and I played a lot of plot-driven, story-branching AAA games like Detroit Become Human and Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain and all of that.
I found that one. I personally found that game incredibly small. Detroit Become Human. That's why I lost interest in the game.
Okay.
People were like, "You don't get it, man. You can make so many decisions that change the whole game. You get to make like 6 big decisions."
Yeah, I understand that the person, but you since you have played a little of the game, you don't know like all the different branches and whatever.
I checked them online.
But sure, but my point is, for someone who plays like AAA games and know what AAA story branching, narrative driven AAA game, and that person grabs like Detroit Became Human and goes in blind and sees all the different endings and stuff, you can like kill main characters like early on and skip entire plots and when whatnot, develop completely different personalities for Connor, all of that shit. Those people are like, oh my god, my mind is blown, how is that possible? The thing is, I worked on Fleeting Iris.
Yes, and I played the other game.
And I played Fleeting Iris probably more than any person in the fucking world.
Yes, more than me, definitely.
And the thing is, the story and the branches and the major decisions in Detroit Become Human, as good as the game is in its own merit, don't hold a fucking candle to Fleeting Iris.
I know.
And that's all.
In sheer size, I understand.
In sheer size, are you kidding me?
But most people don't listen. But that's the same thing. Most people don't realize that they're making those decisions. That's the thing. And some people, you know, they're going to beg. They're going to I'm not finding the word, but they're going to swear that those decisions are never made. Like, the game didn't never ask me to save. Like, I swear to God, people just hold control all the
you know
way.
What's the problem? People are used to. They get to an empty room with lots of ammo and health packs and the big safe crystal and the music changes. People know, oh, the boss is coming in the next room.
Yes.
And like, come on, what else you want me to do?
If you look back, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that haven't been with us since the start. But if you look back, you remember when we had those cutscene lines that look like cinema lines?
Yeah, I absolutely hated that shit.
A lot of people liked it. A lot of people hated it. Yeah, obviously it was. But the point is.
But it was an experiment, and I get it.
No, we did a lot of shit. Lot of shit. Fleeting Iris was like I keep telling people, it was an amazing learning experience.
It was our first game, and that means a lot. We tried things, we tried to work it. Some we liked, some we didn't like. Some worked, some didn't work. That was our first game. That's all.
Yeah, it was an amazing learning experience, and we had a lot of good shit. We had a lot of bad shit, and but the most important part of it is that we listen to the community, and that our game stays dynamic, and we keep changing. You know, whatever it is that we feel like it's going to make the game better and is going to make people appreciate the game more and enjoy the game more, then we're going to change it. That's why we made the decision to go back and allow people to play the whole game with just one playthrough. Isaac is working on that. Personally, I'm right now working on the maps for Journey Abroad. I hope I have the maps done by the time that we have all the assets created by Scarlet N. Scarlet N, you know, as her issues. We get like 1 or 2 images per month, so Journey Abroad is going to take a long time to be fully developed. It might be, you know, it also depends on the time. Like, sometimes she delivers more in less time, sometimes she takes longer to deliver. But this is one of the things that I mentioned right at the start before we started working on Journey Abroad. This is one of the things that I mentioned, is that we don't right now with the Eastern team working with Muko and Tiger Lila, we know more or less, we can plan how big we want the patch to be and how long we're going to take to deliver it. because if nothing happens, if nothing drastic happens, we know how much work they can do in a certain amount of time. And I mentioned at the start when we started working with Scarlet Ann that we couldn't make that type of planning for Journey Abroad because we didn't know at the time, and we are still trying to assess how fast Scarlet Ann can deliver stuff, especially keeping into consideration that she outsources for a lot of different people, plus she also does her own solo thing. But I think the speed at which she's delivering stuff is extremely acceptable. Our sprite artist is also almost done with all the sprites that we need. And personally, all the stuff that we'll have in game that we have to change later on, like we're going to insert the video over here, we are going to make this over here, this menu is going to be different, whatnot. People are going to get like a proof of concept, and they're going to get like the first couple days of gameplay. They will be able to meet all the main, like the most important story characters, because in a sense, like almost all the characters are are main characters per se. All of them have like a compelling, unique story. So I'm sorry. So in a sense, we can consider all of them to be main characters. But depending on the version, you are going to be able to meet your family, or you're going to be able to meet the people that are, your foster, not foster, sorry, your wait, you're the tenant there, yeah, the landlords, so to speak. The people that are, oh, not this image. The people that are going to take care of you, pretty much. That's what I meant to say. That's also not it.
Now everybody knows what we had for lunch today.
There you go. Yep. Now, oh god, please don't do the same stuff again. Just, this image. This is the one that I want to move. And for those that didn't see this already, this was on Twitter, but there you go. This is for the incest version, pretty much. So yeah, we still have a few more characters to do. At least 3 more characters. There's a few characters that we think will add a lot to the game, and I feel like we need a couple more females to make the game more appetizing. And I'd really like to get all the characters sorted right now, and not try to like retcon characters into the game.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of like adding characters out of nowhere, like out of thin air. You meet someone new, like that can happen to kind of some extent later on, but we want the most important characters, especially the ones that we have an idea right now, to be part of the game. And not only that, it's important to us, unlike we did on Fleeting Ares, to start on the right foot, and start doing all the work that we plan to do right from the start, instead of leaving stuff to do later down the road. We want to address like the important stuff right away, and not put a lot of stuff on the back burner, where we need to go back and check that stuff. Like you never have time to go back. So yeah, for Fleeting Ares, the game is on Steam. We are going to make more changes. I said that I've said this, and I reiterated this so many times, to try and explain that Fleeting Iris is a very dynamic game, and it's never truly over. As long as we can find ways to update Fleeting Iris, to improve Fleeting Iris, and as long as we have the manpower and the time to do it, we're going to go back and we're going to improve Fleeting Iris. And there's still a lot of improvements that I want to do in my own free time, but there's stuff that we have ahead of us. There's a schedule to adhere to, and to be able to deliver stuff the way we planned it and the way that we announced. And for Alancia Chronicles, everything is going according to plan. We are going to get the Shota patch very relatively soon. We are going to get the Halloween patch right after that, hitting on October. And we're going to get the Christmas patch right after that, hitting in December. And then we're going to move on to Bloodlust. Everything that we said about Alancia Chronicles is still is still on schedule, and we're going to deliver exactly like we have been saying we were going to. You guys have been seeing us delivering all the stuff, all the previews and whatnot on Discord. Like I said the other day, there's going to be like back to back releases, and the same thing is going to happen now. The CG team has like 3 new scenes in the burner. They're all very close to be out. So you're going to get back to back previews on Discord once again, and some of them are going to shock you. If it causes as much shock to you guys as it did to the VIP room that gets to see the scenes every day as they are being developed in like black and white and with the outlines and whatnot. And apparently the last scene shocked a lot of people. There's a lot of questions being asked about what's going to happen in the Shota patch, but we're trying to keep everyone like guessing. We're trying not to spoil too much, but you guys are going to enjoy it. Regarding Journey Abroad, like I said, right now Isaac is working on making some more improvements on Fleeting Iris. The Fleeting Iris CG team is working on the Shota patch. Scarlet Ann is working on some of the busts on Journey Abroad. Personally, I am creating the maps. I already wrote the story for the first 3 patches, and when I mean I wrote the story, I already have the whole story of Journey Abroad written, but in a broad sense, like this character meets this character, more or less this character, this happens, ending. And I have pretty much the whole game explained, like roughly. When I say that I have the first 3 days or the first 3 patches of the game,
And you just broke your chair.
no, it was already broken. I just
Okay.
broke it a little bit more. When I say that also this was glued. When I say that I wrote the first 3 days of gameplay, I literally mean this character walks into this room, talks to this character, says these things. I literally wrote exactly what's going to happen. I can grab a sheet of paper, or I can grab the document, send it to Isaac, and go, there you go. You can program everything into the game, and then I just have to write the dialogues, because everything is written exactly like this character walked into this room. This amount of time passes. You see the day go from like normal daylight to like twilight. You see. They're going to dinner. The X person walks into the kitchen. This character is in this position. This character is in this position. Like all the first three days of gameplay from Journey Abroad are completely written for both versions of the game, which means I have the first 3 patches planned. And this is important to me because I need to know exactly which maps I'm going to need, which divisions need to be in every map. I don't just start writing and start drawing maps.
Divisions in English? I don't think you do.
Probably not.
I think it's literally like rooms or something.
No, I think there's another. Als divisions.
Really? Never
Yes.
heard it in my life. Probably.
Yes, it's Als divisions. But yeah, I need to. Maybe it's divisions in British and you never heard it in American.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if you're an American and if you recognize the word divisions to explain parts of the house, like bedroom, like kitchen, like living room. If you're American, if you're familiar with the
Clap your hands.
clap your hands. It's stomp your feet, motherfuckers.
That was so good.
Don't disregard that. Isaac got it. I'll post the video later. This is a nice meme. I'll post it on our Discord in case you're not on our Discord
yeah,
yet.
but you already spoiled it.
Yeah, I probably already spoiled it. Doesn't matter. So yeah. Also, this whole family tree that you see over here, it's only valid for the incest version, because the non-incest version is completely different. Half of
It's
these,
not completely different.
yeah, the characters that are not related to nobody still are not related to nobody.
See.
Everyone else that is related to somebody is no longer related to that person in that way. There's
Except the wives, they are still married. So yeah,
except who?
the wives, they are still married in both versions.
Yeah, but she's not your mother.
Yeah, but you know they are still.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a few. Yeah, she's not her sister. She's your mother. Like, there's a few similarities, but there's more differences than similarities. Yeah, I realize that most of you like the incest version. I know, but you know it's against Patreon rules, so we need to have two versions, and then you guys can go on Discord and pester me. And if you prove that you have, if you are following us on Patreon, just send me a message, and then in Discord I will send you. As long as you guys are following us, I will send you the version personally. So yeah, I realize I talk to most people that I've talked to, and I ask, which one are you going to play? Are you going to play the incest version, or are you going to play the regular version? Fuck yeah, incest for the win.
I have to play both though.
You have to play both.
I don't have a choice here.
You won't have problems in Steam with incest. It looks so cool. That's easy. We will have problems with Steam with any version. It's a mature game.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we are going to release it the regular version, and maybe create a patch that completely changes the game, and
Probably.
and there you go. And you can download the patch in our website, and you apply it on the Steam game. And I don't know how we're going to do that. But yeah, I honestly, like, it's probably going to take so long for the game to get on Steam. I honestly just suggest that you go on a Subscribestar and just subscribe there. Yeah, go on Subscribestar and subscribe there. Our Subscribestar is starting to look really good. And for those of you that haven't checked yet, we haven't started charging for Journey Abroad on our Patreon or our Subscribestar, and we're still not going to charge for July, unless you I think once you subscribe for the first time, you pay for that one. But there's people that have been following from like January, and only paid for the first subscription, and haven't paid since, because we haven't been charging, and we're also not gonna charge in July. I have a big hopes that I can release everything in August. I'm praying that I can release the Shota patch and both versions of Journey. Actually, Journey Abroad I'm probably gonna release earlier, and it's gonna be better, because if I release it in July, which is much more likely, it's much more likely. Yeah, I know how much work I made. It's much more likely for me to release Journey Abroad in July. And it's going to be better, because if I release Journey Abroad on July, and if I release the Shota patch in August, they won't overlap, and then we won't get burned out, and you won't see, because you end up seeing that in the quality of the games. So it's better this way. Journey Abroad, I'm just working on the maps right now. So like I said previously, it's important for me to write and understand everything that is going to happen on the first days of gameplay, so that I know exactly which maps I need to create. And all the maps that I've been making so far have been made with parallax mapping. They all take a lot of time, and I've also had to purchase a lot of assets. Journey Abroad has been extremely expensive up until this point, and we haven't exactly started making money out of it. But we certainly have spent a lot in the creation of it so far. But all the time that we've been spending on it, and just trying, instead of like rushing something out just for the sake of start charging people on Patreon or a Subscribestar, and Patreon for the non-incest version. We could do that. We could have rushed like some version, and I'm sure that with our game creation and Scarlet Enzard, we will be able to probably start making a lot of profit right away. But money was never our first goal. Money was never what was most important to us. So it's more important to us to be able to release like a really nice a fleshed out first version of the game that people can play and instantly get a feel like, oh my god, this is what I can expect for the rest of the game. I can't wait to get my hands on a new version. It's more important for us to cause like a bigger sensation, to cause a big impact the first time you play the game and instantly set the tone for what's to come, than just put out something, regardless of the quality of what it is, just for the sake of start making money out of it. Uh, we're going to take our time. We're going to do our best and hope that whatever our best is ends up being an amazing game, or games in this case, and an amazing experience for you guys. So, planned, we can probably say, like, let's say, to give you guys a date of what you guys should expect this year. Journey Abroad July, Shota somewhere in August, October 31st, Halloween patch for Fleeting Iris. Let's say December 20-ish, 20, 21, 22. Christmas patch for Fleeting Iris. And then somewhere in between, I don't know, probably also October and December, probably the second patch of Journey Abroad. Maybe earlier. We'll see. Yeah, because we're already working on some stuff in advance, since we have to wait for some stuff from Scarlet. We have already some stuff done in advance for the second patch. So yeah, 5 patches until the end of the year, 2 from Journey Abroad, 3 for Fleeting Iris. Yeah, sounds like a solid plan.
Who the hell needs vacations, right?
Who the hell needs vacations? we will find time to rest somewhere in the middle of all that.
Or else my wife will kill me. So yeah.
The website doesn't work anymore.
I think that there was a question there, like in Portuguese or something.
I'll check that one as well. Oh my fucking god, dude. What is going on? Why isn't the website working? It was working like a couple days ago. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is probably WordPress just being stupid as fuck. What? Come on, dude. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Well, yeah, the website is not working for whatever reason. I'll try to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's not like it's expensive shit. So let's do a roll call for Uzier and try to answer a few final questions and go about our lives. Aaron is here. That's awesome. Hello, waiting for news of your games. I hope these news were good enough. CJ said, good to hear from you both again. Good to see you again, CJ. Hyped for Journey Abroad. I'm glad you're hyped. We're also hyped, believe it or not. This map hypnotized me. Emurel is here. Antiloco Magnanimo said you won't have problems in Steam with incest. I already answered that. Foster, a little late, but what matters is that you're here, bro. Glad to see you around. RXCR0 said, olá, muito bom jogo. Estou aguardando pela tradução em português. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time. Basically, that means I'm waiting for the Portuguese translation. The game is massive. And I haven't even started. We'll see. And Ancestral said the website doesn't work. No, it doesn't. I don't know why, but I'm gonna get on it right away. So yeah, this week's was small. We hope to have a new podcast next week. If you guys want to see a podcast regarding some other stuff, if you guys want to, just want to see us chat about anything like anti-games, our favorite anti-games, why the fuck did we play them, or anything just in general, we can probably try to get something done. And for all the people that wanted to see my suggestions, I already got 11 in. I'm only missing 19. I promised 30. I already got 11 in on Twitter. Go check my recommendations. They're all on Twitter. Only 19 to go. I will get to everything eventually, but a lot of heat, a lot of work. There's other priorities lately. Every time I get in the computer and I'm not working, I'm just playing a couple games with friends. But yeah, I'm just trying to burn my last how do you say it? Burn my last bullets. It's not my last bullets, but yeah, I'm just burning my last energy before going to bed. If I don't do it like early in the morning before I get to work, at the end of the day of work, I'm not even going to be able to like focus on like what's a good game and try to explain why it's a good game. As soon as I look at the website, I'm like looking at the wall of text that I need to write. I'm like, no, I'm dying right now. I need to do this another day. But yeah, I already got 11 down, 19 to go. So just you gotta wait. It's soon, team. I will continue to release um, reviews, and I know that some of you guys bought and got games based on the reviews. I'm really happy you guys did it because a lot of those developers deserve all of the support that they can get. Anyway, it was amazing seeing you guys again. It's always fun to do the podcast for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the news. I will probably post this on Patreon and Subscribe Star tomorrow. I hope I don't forget. A lot of stuff needs to be upgraded, like the Journey Abroad logo, the tweeters, the all the handles, all the stuff needs to be upgraded eventually. I need to make a new screen for the podcast, featuring other important main characters that are going on right now. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We will come back next week, hopefully, with another podcast. Stay healthy, have fun, take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.
知りたいんだ、知りたいんだ、ああ君の